He left her a painting, a cryptic message, and a locked box. What Charlotte discovered inside would shatter her understanding of her 50-year marriage and expose the breathtaking secret her husband had guarded until his final breath. Charlotte and John, married for 50 years, lived a life seemingly filled with love. Their home held countless memories, but also John's quiet secrets. He often came home late, offering vague excuses. The most prominent mystery was a locked, antique cupboard in their bedroom, its contents unknown. Charlotte had learned to accept his reticence, though a seed of unease lingered. On his deathbed, John, weak but urgent, pointed to an ordinary-looking landscape painting hanging in their home. "It's more important than you know," he whispered his last words. "Look at it closely." Grief consumed Charlotte, but his words about the painting echoed in her mind. Lost in her sorrow, Charlotte initially dismissed the painting. But John's final plea haunted her. She decided, almost on a whim, to have it appraised. The art expert, a stern man with a monocle, barely glanced at it. "Amateur work," he declared dismissively. "Worthless, I'm afraid." Charlotte, deflated but not defeated, remembered John's insistence. There had to be something. She contacted her old friend, Tony, an amateur art restorer known for his meticulous eye. Tony, a kind, jovial man, readily agreed to help, sensing Charlotte's desperation. He examined the painting under bright lights, noting the unusually thick impasto. "It's odd," he murmured. "The texture is all wrong for this style." He carefully, almost reverently, began to scrape away a tiny section of paint in a corner. As Tony worked, a tiny piece of folded paper, yellowed with age, emerged from beneath the layers of paint. Charlotte's heart pounded. Tony carefully unfolded it. Written in John's familiar, slightly shaky handwriting was Charlotte's name. Below it, a string of numbers and letters, a code, clearly, and an address. First National Bank, safe deposit box. This was no ordinary painting. This was a message, a carefully concealed secret. A wave of emotions washed over Charlotte. Shock, confusion, and a flicker of excitement. The seed of unease that had lingered for years blossomed into a full-blown, desperate need to know the truth. What had John hidden? Why? The questions were a torrent, threatening to overwhelm her. The next day, Charlotte, clutching the piece of paper, found herself standing before the imposing facade of First National Bank. The interior was hushed, solemn, and intimidating. She approached a teller, her voice trembling slightly as she explained her situation and presented the note. The teller, initially skeptical, called a manager. The manager, a woman with a sharp, professional demeanor, examined the note, her eyebrows raised in surprise. She led Charlotte through a series of secure corridors, the air growing colder, the silence deeper. They finally stopped before a massive steel vault door, its surface gleaming under the fluorescent lights. "Place your finger on the scanner, Mrs." the manager prompted. Charlotte complied, her heart hammering against her ribs. A click, a whirring sound, and the heavy door slowly swung open. Inside the vault, a single sturdy safe deposit box awaited. It opened easily with a key provided by the bank. Within, nestled among bundles of cash, a surprisingly large amount, lay a letter addressed to Charlotte in John's handwriting. Her hands trembled as she unfolded it. "My dearest Charlotte," it began, "if you're reading this, I am gone. I know I have kept secret from you, and for that, I am truly sorry. I did out of love, believe it or not. A foolish, perhaps misguided love, but love nonetheless." John's words swam before Charlotte's tear-filled eyes. "Many years ago, my uncle, the artist, you remember I mentioned him, the one who lived a solitary life, passed away. He left me his entire estate. It was substantial, far more than I ever imagined. He had amassed a collection of valuable paintings, not just his own, but works by others, masters whose names would make your head spin, and a considerable amount of money." Charlotte gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. "I made a decision, Charlotte, a decision that I hope you can understand. I wanted us to live a simple life, a happy life, free from the complications and the temptations that great wealth often brings. I wanted our love to be based on. He went on to explain how he had discreetly managed the fortune over the years, investing wisely, ensuring their financial security without ever altering their comfortable, unpretentious lifestyle. He had used some of the funds to support their family, to help their children through college, to ensure they had a comfortable retirement. He did good quietly. The painting, the letter continued, was a way to leave you this message, to ensure you would find this inheritance. I chose that particular painting because it was unremarkable. I knew no one would suspect its true value. The money that was kept there wasn't the sum total of his inheritance. It was just a start. My darling Charlotte, I loved you more than words can say. I hope, in time, you can forgive my secrecy. Use this money wisely. Live the life we always dreamed of. Travel, pursue your passions, help those in need. And know, always, that I loved you. I loved you. I loved you. Tears streamed down Charlotte's face, a mixture of grief, relief, and a profound sense of understanding. John's secret wasn't a betrayal. It was an act of love, a misguided but ultimately selfless attempt to protect their happiness. Also inside the box, there were a few small, valuable paintings, wrapped carefully, and pictures of them through the years, many she had not seen before. Charlotte visited John's grave, the letter clutched in her hand. She spoke to him, telling him she understood, that she forgave him, that she loved him still. She decided to honor his wishes, using the inheritance to create a foundation in his name, supporting aspiring artists and providing aid to the less fortunate. John's secret, once a source of unease, had become a testament to his enduring love, a love that transcended even death. Charlotte found peace, not just in the resolution of the mystery, but in the knowledge that their life together, though marked by secrecy, had been built on a foundation of unwavering love.